triangles and triangles and tongues again. Look, Jolie's the best little girl. You know what the girlfriend said was the best.
So this is Fam Electric Ghost, and there's Josephine Electric, my alter ego, singing a song, Tongues into Triangles, again and again. So this is a continuation of our Josephine Electric series of songs that go into decadent love. She's got an oral fixation in this song with her female partner, and she's just fixated on everything that has to do with oral sex. And she basically is professing that she is the purveyor of pleasure in regards to this. So she is pretty extreme, and her character has been since day one in 2016 an alpha dominatrix mistress. You know, she's in the dungeon getting CEOs to lick her boots like Venus and Furs from Lou Reed and the Velvets. And a lot of what we do regarding her sexuality is kind of related to the Velvet Underground and Nico and their first album and the second album. They really explored the dark side of the underbelly of New York. It had, you know, Venus and Furs and songs like Heroin and Wait for the Man. We've always tried to take that kind of Velvet pre-punk feel, that sound, which ended up, you know, informing bands like Sonic Youth and, you know, the Sex Pistols and the Ramones, that kind of feel that Lou had with the Velvets. And Nico's kind of deadpan voice. And we took the idea of doing this kind of gender bender concept with Josephine Electric to do what Prince did with Camille, but not use like backward analog tape or speeding up the tape or forwarding the tape. We actually used the Roland vocoder technology. And starting with the JDXI, we used the JDXI in soprano mode as our first vocoder because it was a synth that actually had a mic and a vocoder. So back in 2016, we got the JDXI and we experimented with it. And by accident, we found Josephine Electric's voice by taking my voice and running it through the microphone in the vocoder at soprano mode, taking my heavy kind of baritone voice, and it changes it into this voluptuous kind of ghostly Josephine voice. So that's been the whole point since I created her. And since then, we got the VT-4 Vocal Transformer, which was a standalone vocal transformer. Because one of the issues using the JDXI is we were using it for the drum machine, we were using it for the bass lines, we were using it for all this other stuff because it has up to, you know, 4 lines of synthesis going on. And then it had some issues with trying to control the level between the drums and the vocals. And sometimes the drums would be too loud. So by doing it as the VT-4, we're able to fix the level and actually be able to do everything coming out of JDXI at the same time. And we run everything through a MX1 performance mixer through USB and 1/4 inch. And then we bring all that into our recording solution, which is a Zoom R24. And then we're able to capture everything 24-bit audio. It sounds, we like the way it sounds. We are thinking of moving to an L20 from Zoom to get the 96 hertz recording capability directly to the SD card. And it looks like a cool solution for that. It looks like the best kind of home DAW solution. And the thing we like about recording with something like a Zoom R24 compared to recording with other solutions like DAWs is you're kind of stuck with you know, the ability for it to render right, to make sure the CPU doesn't crash out, that you don't lose your effects, that you don't have issues with recording time. With our Zoom R24, we can record like an hour, you know, and we can have all kinds of, you know, all kinds of effects and things going on, and the true sound of our Moog doesn't get compromised, or any of things that we're doing. We don't have to worry about being at the PC. We're right at the instrument, and we can record everything. We don't have to go and try to get it queued up. And then it's not impossible to do. I know you can set up your studio to make that seamless. If you're using a workstation like a Phantom, you could easily do that. And so we are thinking, moving into the future of getting a Phantom and then having our laptop set up on it and using that solution. But we still like the L20 and the R24s because the immediacy of just punching in and punching out and just recording live and not using the grid as much is kind of our preferred method of doing things. So when it comes to this song, though, it's been this kind of fixation on sexuality with Josephine being very assertive and aggressive. And this particular song is, again, she's after her female partner, trying to tell her that her female partner has a male partner named Steven, and she's saying that, after she's done with her, Steven's never going to touch her there again. She's going to be have so much more prowess than her male lover that she's never going to go back to him. And that's kind of the whole that song is just braggadocio. She's just totally, very confident in her sexuality and the fact that she's better than any man when it comes to satisfying her partner, and her partner's a woman. So that's what kind of things that we play with Josephine. And we've been, building up her character from time to time. One of the things we're really interested in now is, like you've kind of heard, is like we're probably making our decision on the next board is going to probably be a Phantom 7 to get a 76 key. We've never had that big a keyboard. We've always had 61 or 49 or, smaller, like a JDXI size. And what we're looking for is a recording solution, a studio solution, ability to kind of get into DAW recording, but still kind of, if we don't want to, we can do it all in the Phantom. We could still send everything to our R24. Eventually, we'll move to an L20. But the first step would be to get the Phantom, and we're Phantom Electric Ghost, so hoping Roland sees the synergy in that. But we like to use piano a lot. This song doesn't have that, but if you listen to a lot of our songs, and we think the RD piano or the V piano capability within the Phantom is really interesting. The fact it has an analog filter, it's got the Zencore engine, and we've had Rolands for years. We've got a JDXI, we've got an MX1, got System 1M, we got the Juno GI, and we looked at a long time ago a System 8, but it's limited to 8 voices. What's cool about the Phantom is that 256 voices and unlimited polyphony for the V piano. And then in addition, it's got full integration with CV. And we got a lot of CV analog synths. So we'd be able to bring them in. And we looked at things like the Akai Force, and now it does have a composer mode, but it's still limited in what it can do in terms of recording time. From my understanding, it can maybe only do up to 20 minutes of a recording, and we've gone way longer than that. So we still think a Phantom would be a better solution for us. And we love Roland products, not to push them all the time. We like Moogs too. We like Arturias. And, if you look at what's out there, you said, well, why wouldn't you just get Prophet 5? Well, Prophet 5 is like a weapon of an instrument that's for a very specific new wave purpose of having tight 5-voice arrangements that have that kind of new wave feel. And that's cool. But with our Moog grandmother and our Arturia and our System 1M, we can do a lot of analog sound. We can get, it's all monophonic, but we can layer things. And you can make the Moog have like a 3-voice chord with one note. So we're like, was it really worth $3,500 and $4,000 to get a Prophet 5 or 10? And there's no sequencer. So it's a specific instrument. Like if you already had a workstation and you're looking to get a poly board, but then the problem is with sequential is like they got the competition within themselves. It's like you could get the Prophet 12 desktop. You could get a Rev 2 with 8 voices. You got to get a Rev 2 with 16 voices. But he said, well, there's the DCOs. Well, the things you can do with the DCOs in terms of the modulation is more LFOs, there's more modulation points, there's more stuff you can do, there's more layers you can do, more splits you can do. So you've got, if you want to limit yourself to the sound of 1978 to 85, for some reason, you could do that. But Phantom has a Prophet 5 filter on it. The Phantom's got like over 3,500 sounds, and you can build your own sounds. And you could get, people could argue whether or not you could match a Prophet 5, but with all the LFOs you can do on a Phantom, I mean, you can do so many LFOs that you could create all this endless modulation that would be like on par with the Prophet 12 or the Rev 2 16 voice. And you're like, okay, like, what are you going to do? Now, to me, if you're looking for like a new synth idea, you look at something like a UDO Super 6, which is binaural, which means it's stereo oscillators from the oscillators straight through that workflow. And so that's pretty cool. Then you look at something like the Arturia Polybrute, which is cool because it's got this A-B kind of thing that you can kind of merge between an A and B patch and have all this weird deviation, which is strange. People have said that was never done before. People have said they've seen it on other synths, like Yamaha's and other synths previously. And then the other thing is just the fact that it's got like the polyphonic aftertouch, I believe, with the control ribbon, and then the little Morphe button that you can like X, Y, Z access. So there's a lot of expressive stuff with that. That's pretty cool. And then you could always look at the Moog Matriarch, which is a paraphonic synth, has tons of modulation capability. That's an awesome machine. So I was kind of been torn between a UDO Super 6, which for the price of a Phantom you could get, it does have a sequencer, but it's not a workstation, and we're kind of getting long in the tooth with our Juno, and we're getting some noise over time just because it's getting older. And we were thinking, to get the Phantom would really, it's a rock solid machine. It's got a lot of cool capability. And back in the day, back in old Guitar Center days in the mall in Massachusetts, as a young kid, I would go into a Guitar Center back in the 80s, late 80s, probably the 90s, and look at Phantoms with their hard drives, with their floppy disk, and CD recorders on them. I think they had CDs at that time. It was always something, I want a Phantom, because that would be awesome. I have this workstation, I could do all this stuff. and it's, maybe that's me because I was in that time period that I want that machine. But I really think, looking at what's going on, as a songwriter, it's a good composing tool compared to, to the Kai Force. It's like a standalone composing tool. It's not portable, but, in this time, I'm not really going anywhere because of Corona. And if I had to take one board and not have to carry all my road cases, the Phantom would pretty much give me everything I need. Probably bring my Arturia 6U solution with me, and then connect it. And then I'd have, my DFAM and my Mother 32, and I could bring that full analog sound into the Phantom and control it through MIDI or CV, and then have a really cool station. I could have like a V piano going on with a real Moog sound going on, and that's pretty fly. So we hope you enjoy this episode. And enjoy the song. It's a mature song, so people who are sensitive to sexuality probably don't want to listen to this episode. If you're interested in being on the program, let us know. Send us a voice memo here with your Instagram direct user ID, or send a direct message to our Instagram, Phantom Electric Ghost on Instagram, or send a direct message on our Facebook, Phantom Electric Ghost. And as always, please become a supporter of the program at 99 cents, $3.99, $4.99, or $9.99 through Anchor FM itself, or you can actually hit the PayPal Me button. We'll talk to you later.
Triangles and triangles and tongues again. Little Jolie's the best little girl. You know what your girlfriend said was the best. Wonder why her face always red. The tongues in the triangles and triangles and tongues again. Was your lover always blush red? Know what I said. This electric you there again. It's all about wash red dress. It's all about you being my little bitch. You're my best friend. My tongues in triangles and trials and tongues again. Wise face, blood rush is the dress. You're just as fresh as that wretched pregnant. Why are you my best friend? Your tongue's in the trials and tongues again. Your friend Steven, why I won't touch you there again. Josephine Electric, 'cause you know I'm dead. Oh, you know I'm dead. Josephine Electric, and you know that best. You're the way that was that dress. You know you give it up, we give it head. You know you love that little death. You know you love that little death. You always give it up, and when you're giving head, you know you love that little death. Always give it up when you're giving head. You know you're my best friend. Tongues and the trials and tongues again. They'll never touch you there again. Never touch you there again. No Josie owns you, you're my best girlfriend.